welcome again, and thanks for coming. Very good win for our team, and a lot different game than we've had before. A lot of unexpected things happened. In the special teams area, which we've been just outstanding the whole season, just been great. Things didn't work out as they have for us in other games, so it was kind of a surprise that we didn't play maybe as well, although we're still pretty good. We averaged 28 yards a kickoff return, Vernon did, and Ian Campbell is number one in the nation in punting. He just needs to punt a little bit more, one or two more punts, and then he'll get ranked. But right now he's not ranked because he doesn't have enough punts. But he's the number one. His average is the best in the nation. We thought we could block a field goal, and looking at the tape, we worked very, very hard in practice. As some of you know that come to practice and watched us block the punt live there in practice, or block the field goal live in practice. And as soon as they got down in there, we got a field goal block, and I was real glad about that. And we had a chance to get 2 punt blocks and just missed them. But we do need to clean up our penalties and our substitutions and bench organization for this next week, because we did make some mistakes. On defense, we had 7 sacks. It's the most since year 2005, and actually their total offense of 255 yards is the least that we've had this season. So probably our best defensive game. They shifted and motioned and did all this kind of stuff, and other than one play where we missed, we had the safety out of position early, and number 10 dropped the ball, which was nice. We did a real good job against their motions and shifting, and it didn't bother us at all. They rushed the ball. They ran the ball 43 times for 93 yards for 2.2 yard average. That's not very good. Our defense played real fast and with a lot of confidence. And the 7-play goal line stand down here was big time. Where we held them and then got a penalty, and they started over again, and we held them again for a field goal. So that was tremendous. 4 out of 16 on third down conversions is all they got, and we held them to 10 points. So again, on defense, we've got to cut down our penalties. We had some selfish penalties that were bad, and we can correct that. But it was a little frustrating for the coaches to see that happen, because it hasn't been something that's bothered us in the past. On offense, we had close to 350 yards rushing, which was the most yards rushing we've had in 18 years here at this school. We averaged 10.6 yards a carry, and my mother could get the play selections for these games. Probably the best thing to do would be to give it to Vernon Frazier, who's averaging 23 yards a carry in that game, and we'd had our scoring drives were compact, didn't take a lot of time. Our scoring drives were 1 minute and 19 seconds, 1 minute and 39 seconds, 1 minute and 27 seconds, 51 seconds, and 1 minute and 31 seconds. We're all scoring drives. So obviously time of possession's not very good. So we got to work on that. So we might have to take a knee every now and then when we get down in there. We're 100% in our short yardage, and the thing I probably like the best, one of the things I like the best about our offense is the way that we finished. We ran inside zone 12 times with Leland Myers for 3 first downs. We call that 4-minute offense, where you're ahead in the game, you have 4 minutes to go, you need to get a first down or 2 first downs to run out the clock, and we did a super job of that. And That was really nice to see. Our line was coming off, and Leland's a really good inside runner, and we just kept handing it off on one dive to the right, dive to the left, dive to the right, dive to the left. Again, super play selection on that. I would mix it up, go one time to the right, one time to the left, kind of changed it up on them real good. Being facetious. Great halftime show. Great halftime show. Coach Stull will bring out, he and Andre, our band director. It was awesome. As I was standing out in the middle of the football field in pitch darkness talking to the head official, the referee, he said, "Coach Price, I'm an electrical contractor by occupation." And he said, "I walked the field before the game and I saw that the Transformer, a movie, Transformer, that black one right there on that orange pole before the game." And he said, "That's not right. All the other ones are gray." He said, that's from some wiring problem, and you're going to have problems with it." And I said, "Now you tell me. Why didn't you tell me before the game?" But as you can see, it's still black. So we'll have to get some kind of word to our electric. We have some electrical engineers around here, don't we? I'm kidding. We're an engineering school. Did that chicken put you guys to sleep? Get no respect. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield up here. Yeah, but really something, as we were going back in the locker room after that, the kids were yelling, "Where's the turkey legs? Where's the turkey legs?" I guess you had to be there for that too. Damn. We won. Let's relax. But we started really good. The second week in a row now, we have what we call top 10, where we have top 10 plays, the first 10 plays of every game. We rehearse during the week, practice them over and over so things will be smooth. And against Tulane, we scored 21 points with those top 10 plays. And in this last game, we scored 14 plays. So we were very prepared, both offensively and defensively. And the fact that we took the ball, went right down and scored, had a stupid celebration penalty, and gave them good field position, and they drove down and we blocked the field goal. So we were really prepared and really excited to play the game. Just the right amount of excitement, not too excited and not thinking that we could live with prosperity, So we started off good and we finished really good. So those are two things that I'm very proud of, and also that we held together during adversity. When it was 14-0, we threw the interception. It's 14-7. Bam, we get the ball, and the very first series or second play, Banyard fumbles, and they recover it, and go down and kick a field goal and make it 14-10. And we held together, no finger pointing, and we're able to, of course, great interception by Adrian James, just beautiful 70 yards, and out of our own end zone, made a big play when it counted. And then we kicked the field goal to make it 17-10 at halftime. And so we got back into it, regrouped at halftime, didn't panic, didn't get over zealous, and let the frustration of making mistakes. We made some mistakes in this game that we're uncharacteristic of. We didn't blow it out of proportion. We kept our cool with the players. We just said focus in, refocus, and we came out in the second half and stopped them, drove down, missed the field goal, but then stopped them again, and then we let Vernon take ahead and make some great runs. So the mistakes that we made during this game are certainly correctable, and obviously we're excited about being here. That was a great day for football. I mean, the weather was super. crowd was great. They got psyched up. They were loud. They were excited. The halftime show was really cool, and everyone enjoyed it. And people stayed late, and it was really nice. Nice night. Questions about the game, and then we'll move on to Southern Miss.
Coach, Vernon kind of indicated said he thought he was supposed to take a knee on that kickoff at the 4-yard line. Is that something you guys did?
Well, yeah, like I said, the mistakes that we made are definitely correctable, and that was a mistake that was made, and we'll correct it. But Vernon has been awesome in his 5 years here and was awesome Saturday night. We work on certain segments of practice, like 4-minute offense, getting first downs. We have goal line offense going in. We have short yardage offense. We work on all those situations. We have coming out offense when you get the ball backed up and you have to choose plays to coming out. And we hadn't worked on that for a while. So that gave us an opportunity to work on it. So it's all in the game plan.
All running backs, all of them so effective. Is it a combination of situations plus hot hand to determine who you can ball to?
Well, we have 4 good running backs, like you said, Brett, and it is a combination. Some guys get hot, and some players run certain plays better. We've been able to analyze that. Banks has done a super job in keeping all 4 of those guys mentally prepared and team. I don't know if I've had 4 running backs like this that are so team-oriented and friends and communicate with each other and are good teammates because, we run the one-back offense and there's really not a lot of deception in that offense. There's one guy standing back there, and he gets the ball most of the time, and it's hard to share that. And so it can be a jealousy-type issue, and some that position can create, kind of prima donnas. But we certainly don't have it with these guys, and I'm very proud of all 4 players and how we're using them. They're all contributing in special teams, and it's just been. We're very fortunate. Banks has done a nice job handling that situation with those running backs. I thought Nick did okay. I think he can do better, and he will continue to do better. He's learning, and every time he makes a mistake, I think that's one mistake he's not going to make next time. So as he plays more and more, and this is the least I've thrown the football as a coach, I think maybe in my career. But like I said, my mom could call the plays. Vernon, here's the ball. Go right, go left, change it up. Go right, and left. So it's been, you got to go with what you see and what you're doing well. That's one thing, I guess, what we have done this year is kind of rode the horse that is running the best. Nick, yeah, that was a really great call. It wasn't mine. Conley and the other coaches suggested it, and I said, "Oh, hell, that's a great idea. Let's go with it." And it worked perfect. And Nick Shake and Bake Lamison put it in the zone, and then we had a block in the back behind him that was unnecessary, and got a penalty on that. So. Well, when you look away, we do. That play is new the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you. It's a lead draw we have a 2 quarterback draws where he's alone back there and we swing the guy, and one where it's lead. This was lead, but he ended up blocking the end, but it wasn't really a lead back. But it's something that's in our offense. We just haven't used it because last year we had Vidito and then with Jordan Palmer, we were afraid of his concussions. With Vidito, the bad ankle. So we haven't had a quarterback that is healthy enough to run. And then he comes in and gets his shoulder hurt in the second game. So, but if you don't get touched, we'll call that again. Okay, speaking of quarterbacks, you're going to see a great one coming in this weekend in Southern Miss's quarterback. Austin Davis, number 12, is he's breaking all the records of a quarterback that played there, Favre or something like that. Bert Favre. But he's had some great records at Southern Miss, and Brett Favre, and Austin Davis is systematically checking those away and putting them in the record books with his name on it. Wow. Great for a baseball player that decided he was going to try out for football and walked in the office and said, hey, can I try football? And so much for recruiting, huh? But he's a tremendous player, makes really great decision, highly competitive, strong now. He's bigger than he was when we played him 3 years ago. And he's still quick and can run, but he makes great decisions, really good offense. They are a hurry-up offense, and I mean hurry up. They snap the ball every 12 seconds. They are really fast at it, faster than anybody we've played this year. Our team is still doing that unique and very unusual thing we call the huddle, and I think it's going to spread in college football and be a big deal. But they don't huddle, and they quick snap that ball a lot, throw the quick screens outside, and run the zone and the zone option, and Davis can run it. How's this? They're ranked 25th in the nation. They've won 5 straight. 21st in scoring in offense in the nation. They're 20th in rushing offense in the nation. They're 18th in total offense in the nation. Defensively, they're 19th in scoring defense. They're 21st. Their quarterback is 21st in total offense. They're 11th in the nation in tackles for loss at 8 per game average. Number 49, Law, is 27th in the nation in tackles for loss. Number 8, Collins, outside linebacker. Number 17 in the nation in tackles for loss. Number 2, who was defensive player of the conference last week, Wheaton, has an interception for a touchdown last week, a blocked field goal for a touchdown the week before, and a return fumble against Rice for 90 yards for a touchdown. And they've scored 20 or 50 or more points twice this year. Wow. It's going to be a competitive game. Questions about Southern Miss? Interesting that you'd say that, but we don't look at it like that at all. The Houston game seems like it was a month ago. We're just it's an opportunity to play at home again, and last week Southern Miss had their homecoming, and the game was sold out, and SMU went off sides 5 times on offense the first half because of the crowd noise. They couldn't hear it. So it could be a good thing maybe that we don't fill it up here. We'll see what it's like. It'll be quiet maybe for them. But no, we're just thinking about playing the best we can play and improving in what we're doing. That's really what we're thinking about. It doesn't really have anything to do with what went on before. But they are hot. They're red hot. They and Houston are definitely the best teams in the conference, and their defense is much better than Houston's defense. Houston, boy, they're just hard to catch. They're just so fast and get so far ahead of you. These guys are really, really great on offense, but it's not like they just run away from you, like Houston does. Their defense in all phases, kicking game, defense, offense, they're a well-balanced team. Very well-balanced.
How does their offense compare to Houston?
Well, they run faster, more plays, faster, quicker on the line of scrimmage. But obviously their quarterback runs a lot more with the ball. He'll run option, down the line option. He'll run zone option. They throw the quick outside screens like Houston does, but they'll also go down the field. So they've had some problems at running back with guys being hurt. So they had a number 21 got a tooth knocked out in the last game and had to leave the game, and a freshman number 26 came in the game, Woodard, and God, he looked like a pro, little short, stocky guy, but he scored one for 60 yards and looked really good. So they've got good depth there, real good depth at Southern Miss.
Defensively, when you try to go up against an offense like that, is your philosophy trying to disrupt more or just contain?
Defensively, what's our philosophy when we go against an offense like Southern Miss's? Is that what you asked? Well, they're so good at the running. They're 20th in the nation in running, so we've got to stop their run. But they just don't do it with just one back because they've had a lot of different backs. They do it with a great offensive line and a quarterback that can keep it changed up with play action pass and running. So we've definitely got to stop the run against these guys because we had 7 sacks last week. We're becoming a pretty good pass rushing team on defense. But they keep you balanced. They're more balanced than Houston. But Houston's good when they're balanced too, when they run.
Good shot. Not necessarily trying to disrupt them. It seems like they've got a tempo.
No, it's hard to disrupt their tempo. That's what you're suggesting, right? Yeah, you actually just kind of fight for your life and get back in your position and get lined up because they're right at the ball, and we have to practice it a lot this week, that speed up offense. So it'll be something our defense has to work on, and it's hard to simulate that in practice.
What did Navy do so well with the rat?
Well, I really haven't watched the Navy game myself that much. Navy runs a different offense than we do, and so it's something we'll probably be looking at later on this evening. But I haven't watched that game because their formations are not the same formations that we run, and they're not the same plays. So they beat Navy really, really good. Is that what you're asking me, what they did against Navy?
No, the other way around. Because
No.
They seem to be a little vulnerable against the run on defense because teams have been able to run against.
Yeah, they scored 60 points against Navy, so it was at Annapolis, so I haven't got a chance to look at that. Navy doesn't run our offense, so I haven't looked at that. The Marshall game is the one that they played against, and going into Marshall is a tough place to play, and Marshall's physical like these guys, and the crowd gets after it, and both teams are physical hitting type teams. These guys are big, strong dudes. They can run and they're fast, but they're strong too and big.
Looking at your offense the last couple of weeks, are you guys kind of becoming a bruising physical football team?
I think looking at our offense for the last couple of weeks, obviously we are, a better physical come off the ball and strike you offense and defense. I think this whole team is a more physical team than we've had lately. I said that at the beginning of the year. But we've got to watch the way we practice because I don't want anybody getting hurt in practice. So it's not going to be a bloodbath out there and a hitting regime this week. We're going to have to be smart in how we practice. I'm optimistic about all the players on the team's health. Got a couple wrists that are hurt with some guys, but we are dinged up. We have had 2 physical games. We got to make sure we rehab, and I got to make sure that I'm smart in how we practice so we don't get anybody hurt and we get guys back. But we could be back full strength by this Saturday. A little too early to tell right now.
Coach, can you talk about a conference USA? You now have two teams ranked in the coaches poll in the top 25. Talk about the strength of the conference USA.
Boy, I think it's great. I think it's awesome for our conference to have 2 teams ranked in the top 25. I don't know how many times that happens. Might happen every year. I don't know, but it just shows you how we are. We got some athletes in this conference, and it's getting better every year and more competitive every year. So I'm excited about the future of Conference USA. It's well led by our commissioner, and they're making the presidents are making some unusual choices in where we're going to be and what we're doing, and we could come out. We're in better shape now than we were, I think, a year ago, conference-wise. So it could come out football-wise a real positive thing. I sure hope it does. Okay, sounds great.